we getting a trailer for Jeepers Creepers Reborn sometime soon? Let's talk about it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing now.
We're gonna get you.
Oh, blood on the beast! God, don't do that.
But sometimes death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we are talking specifically about the horror movie Jeepers Creepers Reborn. That should come out this year, but we're going to talk about all that in just a second here. But first I'm going to need y'all to like this video, subscribe, or else the creeper will come into your room late at night, steal your body parts, and replace his old ones with yours. And that would suck. I don't think anyone wants that to happen. So if you don't want that to happen specifically, make sure to like this video and subscribe, because that would suck. I would not be a fan of that whatsoever. So getting into this, we have a very, very tiny update because unfortunately there has really been no news since like the teaser trailer came out last year. So getting into a few things though, a few little things we know about the film is that I guess the Germany release date for like the release date in Germany specifically is going to be February 17th for the new Jeepers Creepers film. That's kind of interesting because that means we might get a release date around that here in the States. It could mean a release date for the worldwide for the film around that time as well, sometime in mid-February. Now, that release date is a little weird because recently special effects supervisor Jason Raymond put on Twitter specifically this, just to read this right off my phone, currently VFX supervising Jeepers Creepers Reborn, which will be wrapped by the end of January 2022. So, if the film wraps at the end of January, you're telling me they're gonna put out the film like 2 weeks later? Like, I don't know about that. That seems kind of whack to me. I think we're probably going to get like a huge announcement first week of February. I think that's when the Jeepers Creepers news is all gonna start rolling in. But I don't see this film coming out February 17th. Maybe in Germany. Maybe they don't need any advertisement in Germany. Maybe the Germans are super excited for this film more than us here in the States. I'm not 100% sure. But I do think that the first week of February we get like a trailer or release date, something along those lines. Something, because there has been no announcement since the teaser trailer really came out. There really hasn't been too many updates to go off of here. So I think we probably get something at first couple weeks of February, a trailer, a release date, something. And then we'll actually be able to have a real update instead of what I'm doing here and telling you guys that, hey, an update is coming. To go off of that, yes, expect a trailer and release date soon. Don't get your hopes too high, but I think it's coming. I think it's coming within the next 2 weeks or so. I know there was a lot of like weird stuff going on at the very beginning of this production with Timo Varensola, the director. He was being a bit abrasive, talking about he didn't want to talk about his film with other people, which I think is so strange. He has claimed to be so passionate about this franchise, and then to not be so excited about his upcoming film is a little weird to me. So I'm still pretty excited for the film though. If you saw the teaser trailer that came out last year, it looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, I think it looks really good. I was worried that it was going to look very low budget. And honestly, I think the exact opposite. I think this film looks pretty damn good. The lighting is great. Like there's even like the scene where all the characters are running through the house. That looks really good with the colors and all that. It looks like a Jeepers Creepers film, but modern. And I'm okay with that. Like I think it looks great. I'm excited to see this film. Hopefully we have some gnarly kills. We have the creeper just going absolutely crazy, ripping off his own body parts, replacing them with the people he kills. I would love to see that early on in the film instead of like later, how we usually have. Something that I feel like is missing from the other two sequels that the first movie just gets perfectly. It's something I would love to see in Jeepers Creepers Reborn, is to have that balance of tone that the first movie has and that it does so well. There's this little aspect of meta humor. It's very minuscule, but it's very effective. And that's, in my opinion, the best way to do meta humor. And that first Jeepers Creepers does it really well. And then the other movies don't really do that at all. Like there's that line about like, hey, this is the scene in the horror movie where you do something really stupid and the audience gets mad at you. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what Trish says in the first movie, but it's a really poignant line and it sticks out. And there are other moments throughout the film that are like jokes you wouldn't get unless you're like looking for them. There's also a scene where you see the creeper and he's like ripping out the tongue of the cop he just killed, and in the background it's like a billboard and it says so tasty or something like that. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's dark. It's not in your face. It's not like, hey, laugh at this. Listen up, audience. This is a funny scene. Laugh at this dumb scene. Laugh at this shit. No, this movie is not in your face about it at all, which I really appreciate. It's something you got to look for. And I hope that we see more of that in Jeepers Creepers Reborn. The other two sequels kind of miss out on that, I feel. And I would love to see that revisited in Jeepers Creepers Reborn to go back to that original tone. That's, it's weird. I have the exact opposite argument with the Scream films because and the reason I say that is because I feel like the sequels for Jeepers Creepers, I really like 2. The plot line of 2 is really cool. The characters for me are awesome, and it's way more epic than the first one too. So I don't mind 2, but the problem is that I feel like there's not enough of that humor that made that first one so good. They kind of lost it in the sequels. They lost a lot from that original film in the sequels, and I would rather them go back to that and then expand upon on it than to just kind of do your own thing with a sequel. Which I know is weird, but compared to the Scream franchise, the sequels in that movie tried to always capture, except maybe 4, always tried to capture that same tone that the original one did. And they all do it pretty well, I would say. But I also wanted to see some, at this point, with 4 movies that have all pretty much kind of done the same thing. 4 was kind of a little experimental. I would like to see something different in the Scream franchise. And, well, I'm not going to spoil Scream 5 for those who haven't seen it, but I feel like they definitely did something way different, which is awesome. In this franchise, on the other hand, though, I'm still craving more of what was going on in that first movie. And I would like to see more of that revisited, because I feel like that's the only movie in this franchise that really had the tone and, the amount of kills, the disgustingness. It had that all perfect in that first movie, and I would like to see that revisited in a sequel that none of the other sequels have really done. So let's see that happen in Jeepers Creepers Reborn. That's what I'm going for. But also, Timo Varensola and Sean Michael Argo, the writer, I hope they do their own thing as well, because emulating someone else's style doesn't always work. I'm sure there are instances where it does, but 9 times out of 10, it's not always going to be great. If you are trying to just emulate someone's style, you just let them do that. Just let them do their own thing. You do your own thing too. That's typically going to be the best product. If you just try to copy someone else's work, it's obvious and it shows. So I hope they do their own thing while also trying to capture the magic of that original film. Something I wanted to point out randomly about writer Sean Michael Argo is that if you go to his Twitter page, I just love his description of his little bio here, which I'm going to read for you. Sean Michael Argo is a writer, film director, wizard, and defense contractor from the Delta swamps of Arkansas. I almost said Arkansas. I love that. That is, I'm so glad that a wizard is writing the new Jeepers Creepers film. I would be pretty upset if those requirements were not met with the writer of this new film. I'm so glad we have magic on board this set. That's a big factor into making a good horror movie. I'm sure some people are watching this expecting a really serious update for Jeepers Creepers, and then they didn't realize that it's me doing the doing the update. Some silly kid from Ohio who likes wizards. But just one last thing I wanted to say in this update. I know there hasn't been really too many big news updates on Jeepers Creepers, but I'm telling you guys, I think something is coming soon. We're finally going to get some kind of announcement, some kind of trailer, maybe even a release date if we're lucky. So look out for that in the future. Like I said, first week of February is typically where I would say we get something at the earliest. I don't think anything comes this month. Honestly, I don't think so, especially because they're saying that the film's gonna wrap by the end of the month. They'll have it completely done with the VFX work. That's typically one of the last things you'll do for a film, and then maybe some finishing touches. But yeah, editing VFX, that's the kind of the last, that's the final lap, essentially. That's the I wanted to say home run, but that's not the right word. That's the finishing touches on your film typically. So I say we get some kind of update in February. If they're really trying to appease the fans, maybe they don't give a shit and they decide to give us something at the end of February. But hopefully that's not the case. I will keep you updated nonetheless. So are you excited for Jeepers Creepers Reborn? maybe you're not excited for it. Maybe you watch this whole video and you're just like, honest to God, I just wanted to see that really cool beanie that Jake wears all the time. I really need to get another beanie because this is the only one I have currently that is horror themed. So since you can't see my shirts in my videos anymore, I've decided that I'm just gonna wear cool beanies all the time. And they're just gonna slowly slide up my forehead the whole video. But what do you guys think about Jeepers Creepers Reborn? Are you pumped for it? Are you not so excited for it? Is there something you feel like you really want to see in this film, or you're not gonna like it? Leave me a comment about that down below. I would love to talk to you guys about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this little update video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, do all of that, because like I said, the creeper will come and rip off your arms, and that will not be fun. I don't think that'll be enjoyable for anybody. The creeper actually stole my pinky toes maybe like a couple years ago now, and I'm still kind of recovering from that. I still walk a little funny. Pinky toes are way more important than you would ever imagine. Like I said, subscribe, support me on Patreon if you can, if you like seeing this channel and all my crazy videos. You can support me there for just like $1 a month. It goes a long way, it really does. And it helps me make my locations videos if you like those. So check that out. The link for that will be in the description below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.